investigation into singer David has intensified after the body of a teenager was discovered in a Tesla that has been linked.
This Celeste. The investigation into singer David has now spiraled into one of the most disturbing sagas in modern music history. What started as whispers about an artist's personal life has morphed into a full-blown federal case, drawing in his family, his fans, and even his rivals. It all began with a shocking discovery: the body of a teenager found dismembered in the trunk of a Tesla, a vehicle tied directly to David. That single moment didn't just open the floodgates, it detonated them. Federal investigators quickly released what they called an airtight timeline, a chain of events connecting David and Celeste from their first online interaction all the way to the gruesome discovery. According to the feds, it began innocently enough. Late 2021, David and Celeste linked through Fortnite. But for investigators, even that was suspicious. A grown musician connecting with a teenage girl in a gaming lobby set off alarms. By March 2022, David released the track Decide, containing the eerie lyric, "Save your tears 7 years." Fans began whispering, was this a coded reference to Celeste's age? Then September 7th, 2022, her birthday. David drops Romantic on the exact same day. Coincidence or carefully orchestrated? The feds claimed it was deliberate. October followed with Discord messages, David openly asking, "Is Celeste in here?" and receiving replies that placed him in direct, ongoing contact. To outsiders, it looked reckless. To investigators, it looked predatory. As 2023 rolled in, David's actions grew harder to explain away. A Twitch stream surfaced where David and Celeste joked about explicit topics. In a panic, David demanded she delete the VOD. But the internet never forgets, and investigators flagged it instantly. By February 2024, Celeste's mother officially reported her missing. Fans flooded David's comments, bluntly accusing him of being involved with a 13-year-old. Photos emerged showing Celeste still appearing at his side, even as reports marked her as missing. Spring brought another disappearance, followed by brief reappearances, painting a chaotic cycle of vanishings and returns. Then in June, David poured his soul into his album Withered, describing it as his life itself, a project filled with thorns, grief, and decay. By August, Celeste was spotted backstage at one of his shows. Random Discord users began dropping cryptic messages. Post the one with the missing girl, Celeste. It was as if the internet was piecing the case together before law enforcement made a move. Then, September 2025 delivered the breaking point. Celeste's body, mutilated and hidden in a Tesla registered to David. The feds pounced, raiding his manager's house, his label cutting him loose and David himself scrambling to erase his digital tracks. He wiped his Reddit history, locked his Fortnite stats, and retreated into silence. To investigators, this wasn't coincidence. This was desperation. The timeline, they claimed, was airtight. Every road led to David. But just as the coffin seemed sealed, a bombshell twist arrived from David's own brother, Caleb. He challenged the so-called airtight timeline, suggesting it wasn't proof of guilt but possibly evidence of a setup. His claims cracked the case wide open again. Whispers spread that Caleb might be cooperating with investigators, secretly feeding them information while publicly defending his brother. Reddit threads exploded with theories, pointing out cryptic lyrics in Caleb's own music that hinted he knew more than he let on. One blurry photo even placed Caleb backstage with Celeste at one of David's concerts, fueling suspicion. Was Caleb a bystander, a protector, or a traitor? In hip-hop culture, the label of snitch is career-ending, reputation-destroying. Some fans branded him a rat, others called him brave for exposing the truth. Caleb's involvement flipped the narrative. No longer was it just David on trial in the court of public opinion, but the entire family dynamic under a microscope. Did Caleb stand against his brother for justice, or was he cutting ties to save himself as the walls closed in? As the case gained traction, the internet drowned in chaos. False leads, viral screenshots, unverified posts. It became impossible to separate fact from fiction. One of the wildest rumors claimed Celeste had been pregnant when she died, with infant remains discovered near David's home. That post alone racked up millions of views before being debunked. No forensic evidence, no police confirmation, just pure speculation. Then came Celeste's aunt, accused of chasing clout after screenshots surfaced showing her flexing her new talent badge on social media, even as her niece's tragedy unfolded. Fans were divided. Some dragged her as exploitative, others defended her as coping in her own way. The noise was relentless. Every family member was side-eyed, every lyric dissected, every blurry photo weaponized. But here's the chilling thought. Maybe this chaos wasn't random. When timelines get flooded with rumors, the real evidence sinks beneath the noise. If someone wanted to cover tracks or misdirect attention, unleashing waves of lies across social media would be the perfect strategy. And while fans scrambled to separate truth from fiction, the creepiest evidence may have been hiding in plain sight, in David's own music. David's art became the darkest evidence of all. His lyrics, his interviews, his live performances, they read less like artistic expression and more like confessions scattered across time. He spoke about Withered as a goodbye, describing it as sounding like a send-off, hinting at endings that now feel sinister. He referenced invisible strings, toxic bonds, and begged pleas not to leave, all echoing his entanglement with Celeste. Flower symbolism haunted his work. Japanese lilies, red spider lilies, all tied to themes of death, mourning, and separation. And then the smoking gun, Celeste's actual voice woven into his tracks, crying, apologizing, missing him. It painted a chilling portrait of a girl trying to escape and a boy refusing to let go. On SoundCloud, his track Satan's Pursuit carried lines that many interpreted as a real-time confession. "It kills me slowly, day by day. I still miss you the way it was before I threw my life away." His live shows grew disturbing. In April 2025, David broke down sobbing mid-performance, unable to finish a song. In June, it happened again, collapsing on stage, haunted by grief or guilt. Fans began to believe the darkest theory, that David lived with Celeste's body for months, leaving cryptic breadcrumbs in his music as a subconscious or deliberate trail. And when her body was finally found, the whispers turned into roars. Was David confessing all along? Or was someone close to him, Caleb, his manager, even his label, covering tracks while the money rolled in? With his manager's home raided, leases canceled, and the label cutting ties, the fallout widened. This wasn't just one man spiraling. It was an entire ecosystem enabling, protecting, and ultimately collapsing under the weight of a tragedy too big to bury.